Good morning, everyone. Today we'll solve some numerical problems and let's see first the question number one. And the question number one, they are saying compute the current ratio, quick ratio, debt equity ratio, and proprietary ratio. Now, for this question, we should know that current ratio and quick ratio are under the liquidity ratio, and debt equity ratio and proprietary ratio belongs to the solvency ratio. Now, we'll see one by one all the ratios, how to calculate it with the help of this balance sheet as your question. Now, first we'll see the current ratio. Current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. This is the formula. We have to find out all the current assets and current liabilities from the balance sheet, and then we'll put up the values for calculating the current ratio. So, current assets is stock plus debtors plus investment short term plus cash in hand. Now, investment short term is given, that's why we are taking it under current assets. If investment is given as long term, then we will not consider it as a current assets. Okay. Now, stocks value is given as 12,000, debtors is 12,000, short term investment is 4,000, and cash in hand is 12,000 rupees. Now, we'll add up all this value to get the current assets. So, we got the current assets as 40,000 rupees. Next is current liabilities. So current liabilities are creditors plus bank overdraft plus provision for taxation. Both current and future have to be taken into consideration. So in the liability side, we have seen current plus future. So both we have to take it for calculating the current liabilities. So we'll see the values. First is creditors 16,000, bank overdraft 4,000, taxation 4,000 current and 4,000 future. So after adding up all this, we got the value of current liabilities as 28,000. Now we know the value of current assets and current liabilities. So we can calculate the current ratio now. 40,000 divided by 28,000, we get the value as 1.43:1. So this is the current ratio which we got. Next is calculation of quick ratio. Now quick ratio formula is quick assets divided by quick liabilities. Now how to calculate quick assets? Quick assets is current assets minus stock. Now current assets we have already calculated while calculating the current ratio, and minus stock. Now whatever stock items is there, amount is given, that have to be minus from the current assets. So current assets we got in the calculation of current ratio as 40,000 rupees. Now 40,000 rupees minus the stock. Here stock is given 12,000 rupees. Now if there is any kind of prepaid expenses, then we have to deduct that prepaid expenses as well. But in this question we don't have any prepaid expenses. We have stock only. So we have to minus this stock item only to calculate the quick assets. So after calculating this quick assets, we are getting the value as 28,000. Now same way we will calculate the quick liabilities. Now quick liabilities is coming under as current liabilities minus bank overdraft plus provision for taxation future. Now we'll take only into consideration the future part, not the current. So current liabilities, again we have calculated current liabilities while calculating the current ratio. It was coming to 28,000. Now we'll minus the bank overdraft. Bank overdraft is 4,000 plus the provision for taxation future, that is 4,000 rupees. Current we are not taking it. Okay. So after calculating we get the value as 28,000. Now we know both the values, right? That is the quick assets and the quick liabilities. So we will put up in the formula of quick ratio now. Quick ratio is 28,000 divided by 20,000. 28,000 is quick assets, 20,000 is quick liabilities. After calculating we get the value as 1.40:1. So this is our quick ratio. So current ratio and quick ratio we have already calculated. Now let's go and calculate the debt equity ratio. Now first of all, debt equity ratio is the formula you have to put up, that is long-term debt or long-term liabilities divided by shareholders fund. Now long-term debt or the liabilities, you have to check it from the liability side of the balance sheet and minus the shareholders fund. Divide the shareholders fund. Now long-term liabilities is equal to debentures plus long-term loans. Now in the question we have to check out whether debentures are given in the question or long-term loans are given in the questions or not. And accordingly we have to put up the value to find out the long-term liabilities or long-term debt. Now in the question we cannot find any kind of debentures given in the question. So we will see whether there is any long-term loans. Long-term loans is given here, that is 8% loan on mortgage, right? 32,000. So we have only one item under the long-term debt, that is your 32,000. There are no debentures, but in case debenture is given in the question, then debentures also have to be added along with the long-term loans. Now we got the value of long-term debt. Now we will calculate the shareholders fund. The shareholders fund formula is equity share capital plus reserves and surplus plus preference share capital minus fictitious assets. Now what are fictitious assets? Fictitious assets are those assets which you will not get any kind of value while selling the assets. If suppose you want to close down the company and you want to sell all the assets, okay, and when you sell those assets you get certain kind of cash for selling those assets. But in under the fictitious assets, those assets which will not give you any cash in return, those are known as fictitious assets. For example, now let's see, plant and machinery is there. Now if you are selling plant and machinery while closing down this company, you will get certain money by selling this plant and machinery, right? You might not get this exact amount, you might get less amount than this, but you can sell this plant and machinery in the future while closing down the company, right? Same way, land and building, furniture, stocks, debtors, investment, cash in hand, all these things will be under your the value you will get for all these assets when you are selling it in the market, okay? But fictitious assets are those which you will not get any money for that, okay? You will not get any cash by selling those assets. So those assets have to be deducted from the shareholders fund. They don't belong to the shareholders fund because you are not getting any kind of income by selling those fictitious assets, okay? Examples of fictitious assets can be preliminary expenses, discount on issue of shares. All these are under your fictitious assets. Now we'll see what are the shareholders fund. First we have equity share capital. We have to check it whether we have equity share capital in the question. Yes, we have 40,000. So 40,000 equity share capital plus reserves and surplus. Do we have reserves? Yes, we have capital reserve, that is 8,000. So we'll put up 8,000. Preference shareholders, do we have preference shareholders? We don't have any preference shareholders. Minus fictitious assets, we don't have any fictitious assets here. So we don't have to minus any fictitious assets. But this 12,000 is coming. 12,000 is known as only the share surplus. Okay, now surplus, from here you can find out that under the liabilities and profit and loss account is given as 12,000 rupees. Okay, this is the surplus value of the firm. Now here equity share capital is 40,000 plus reserves and surplus is 8,000 plus 12,000, that is the surplus. So here in this question separately reserves and surplus are given. Reserve is given 8,000 and surplus is given 12,000. So we'll add all the values and then we'll get the value as 60,000 rupees. So we got the value of shareholders fund and the long-term loans. Now we can put up in the debt equity ratio will be 32,000 divided by 60,000. We get the value, the answer of debt equity ratio as 0.53:1. So 0.53:1 is our debt equity ratio. Next we'll come up with the proprietary ratio. Now proprietary ratio formula is shareholders fund divided by total assets. Shareholders fund we have already calculated while calculating this debt equity ratio, right? So this is 40,000 plus 8,000 plus 12,000. What is 40,000? It is the equity share capital, 8,000 is the reserve, and 12,000 is the surplus in the form of profit and loss account. Okay, so we got the value as 60,000 rupees. Now we need to know the total assets. Total assets is total assets minus fictitious assets. Now again fictitious assets, if there is any fictitious assets, that have to be deducted from total assets. Now total assets will be all the current assets minus the all the current assets plus the fixed assets. Now when we calculate total assets we get 1,20,000. That means all are the in the asset side we have all assets, that is all current assets plus the fixed assets. So total also we can find it out from here, that is 1,20,000. So in total assets we got the value as 1,20,000. We can put up in the proprietary ratio. proprietary ratio is equal to 60,000 divided by 1,20,000. 60,000 is the shareholders fund, 1,20,000 is the total assets. So while calculating, we'll get the value as 0.5:1. So we are getting the value of proprietary ratio as 0.5:1. So hope you have understood this question, how I've solved it. But you have to remember one thing, that in this question, both liquidity ratio and solvency ratio have to be calculated. So current assets and quick ratio are the liquidity ratio, debt equity ratio and proprietary ratio are the solvency ratio. Next, move on to the next question. Question for practice I have put up. You have to calculate the debt equity ratio and the proprietary ratio. First, you have to put up the formula of debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio is long-term debts divided by the shareholders fund. So you have to find out from these items which are the long-term loans and which are the shareholders fund. Then you can calculate the debt equity ratio. And proprietary ratio, again the formula will be shareholders fund divided by the total assets. So from here again, the total assets you have to find out first. After that, shareholders fund you have to find out, then you can calculate the proprietary ratio. So these questions are for practice, and whatever questions I'm putting up for practice, please practice it and do it. And if you have liked this video, please like it, and thank you.